Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. Now I was doing a little bit of reading off camera for Stone Gauntlets, and because of the way it stacks, reducing your attack speed by 20%, it's not in the same way as increased attack speed. It stacks up to 5 times, and 20% times 5 is 100%. There's no way of dodging that unless you have a permanent Akarat's champion up. Now we're not likely to hit that for quite a while. If only because you need to get to something like the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac and massive cooldown reduction on items. And our cooldown reduction at the moment is, where is it? 34%. That's not nearly enough. It needs to be somewhere around 50%, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap Stone Gauntlets over to Aquila Cuirass. That'll be a flat 50% damage reduction, and it won't gimp us every single time we try and do something useful. Flat 50% because we're mostly going to be above the Wrath threshold. And I'm fine with that. I'm still going to keep Gogok of Swiftness, I think. We might change it over as we get different gems, but for now I'm fine with the extra dodge that's coming in, and the extra attack speed is nice. It's certainly not hurting us. So let's just carry on pushing forwards, and we'll see how we do. This should be a lot more manageable. Just being able to move around and obliterate things. It is probably going to feel a bit more dangerous because we're not going to have that massive armor boost that comes in. But it's definitely going to be more representative of how we actually work. Yeah, it feels a lot better. Anecdotal, of course. It doesn't feel as safe, that's for certain. So I think eventually we will want to switch across to Stone Gauntlets if we can get the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. In fact, what we might do is we might put the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac in the cube. Or Convention of Elements in the cube.
Not ready yet.
But yeah, I think this is a lot better way to play at the moment. Because you get hit by tiny things all the time. And constantly having to fight your own attack speed debilitation. It's frustrating is what it is. Let's move on in. I see a little buddy place we can go. Well, let's get them out. Of course, for Aquila Cuirass to work, we need to be above 90% Wrath. So I can't just be firing off left, right and centre. Do need to be a little bit tactical with where we're dropping our abilities. is not the way on. Let's come back down. But yeah, this is with putting the difficulty up slightly. This is a 57, remember. So I'm happy that this is the right way for us to go at the moment. Wow. he just went, and there's a Templar relic in amongst that. That's amazing. All right. So I am going to ID that Templar relic. We'll keep putting the Gogok of Swiftness up. Once we get it up to 25, the cooldown reduction might be enough for us to keep Akarat's champion up. We'll have to do some testing. Points we'll assign once we've handed this in, and I will have a look at each of these. Over here. Oh god, right, try again. So, points into armor, points into attack speed, points into maximum wrath, points into life per hit. Follower gains access to all skills. This is not the one we want. The Relic of Akarat is the worst. Zeiss Stone of Vengeance makes no sense for us whatsoever. So that's going to come over here. And I think these are just gonna mostly get salvaged up. Yeah, all of those are going to get salvaged up. So before we do, as always, we're going to see if Kadala will give us the Bracer of Fury. No Bracer of Fury there. No siree. We do have a Greater Rift Keystone left, so we can jump in and do another Rift straight away. Is it worth us doing a little bit of gem upgrading? Probably not quite. No, not quite enough yet. So let's take it up to Torment 13, because we did that really quickly. Can't afford to empower it. And after this, we'll go to the Vault at Torment 13. Woo! That's fine. There's no danger. No danger at all. We just rely on killing things faster than they kill us. I think that's a perfectly valid strategy. Certainly serves my purposes most of the time. Killing everything before we move in to make sure that it is safe to come back if we need to. That was a block Fires of Heaven. I mean, we could always switch to the passive block version. Shield Pylon, nuke him. we'll run around and grab all this. Right, let's find big things to kill while we've got the shield on.
Not yet. Like to be damned.
Okay, pushing through as fast as we can. The other thing we could do is we could swap over Shield Glare for Iron Skin and use the cooldown reduction on that. That could also potentially work. There's a couple of different ways that you can mitigate the Stone Gauntlets, but all of them involve doing something I wasn't originally planning on doing. Which is a shame because they're such a good defensive item. Got a little bit leery there for a moment, but we were able to pull it back. By copious application of Fist of the Heavens. This area is safe to return should we need to. Nearly Rift Guardian time. Oh, right, let's actually break out of that. Because I don't want to be frozen in the middle of all of it. I might regret that when it gets to be the actual Rift Guardian moment. Ooh, maybe not if I get a power pylon. Pop. Ooh. That was quite painful to be standing on. Gem of Ease, chest armor, braces. Maybe those will be braces of fury. Maybe. Maybe. For now, Gogok of Swiftness goes up. They are not the braces of fury. I can see that from here. They are Lacuni Prowlers.
I need to go back.
So we'll hand that in with Auric in the Book of Gain. And let's put down the items that we've got. So, Akan, Gauntlets of Akan. Those will come in there. Legs of Akan. I mean, that is all about Akrat's champion, so I'll keep that in case it's needed. Blessed hammer. Yeah, I don't actually see a use for that. We'll pull it across to here. Sultan of Blinding Sand will go. Scorn will go. Lacuni Prowlers will go. I think we've already got the Harry. Yes, we do. And the Gem of Ease. I love the Gem of Ease. Shame we didn't get it sooner. I'll put that there for the moment. Because we can just keep pumping that with levels. Right. Kadala. Just before I go to the vault, let's have a chat about braces.
That's too expensive.
So I like that we found that. That's going to go really well with Roland's stuff. So we'll put that down with Roland's bit. When Shield Bash hits 3 or fewer enemies, its damage is increased and it returns Wrath. That's nice. We don't have the Death's Breath to do any upgrades, which is a shame, so the rest of this is all just wasted. Okay, well, enough of all this paupering around. Let's take a puzzle ring and go to the vault. Plenty of Death's Breaths. I say plenty. Not really that many, but, you know.
Not yet.
More Death's Breaths than we had before, which is kind of the important thing. Yeah, definitely not letting them take me down. This is certainly going to stock up our money for a while. Now, I could have tried to gear up specifically for Gold Find before coming in here, but we've got 3 puzzle rings, and one of them is an ancient one, so we're going to have plenty of money. I saw him trying to get away there. Sneaky little chap. Bear in mind, we had 30 million when we came in here. And we're up to 72 now, so yeah, we're getting plenty of money. It'll last us for a little while. So, Greed, what's in your box? How? I can do that as well. Yeah, a little bit painful. Little bit painful. I am quite glad that that I was able to take her out before she hit us with anything too nice. Too nasty. We've got braces from that. They are not the braces we want. They are braces of disappointment. So I'll put this into armor over here. More manacles. And another shard of hate. Well, at least we've got Boon of the Hoarder. So that'll come across to here. All the gems. We can actually do some gem upgrades now, so let's clear some space. And then we'll do that. So 2 Imperial Rubies become not quite enough for the next level. But it is still an upgrade. Okay, well, seeing as we've done one, we could put the difficulty up and go back in, or we can just go back in. I think we're at the right difficulty level for our survivability at the moment, so I'm happy sticking with what we have. Give me all those blood shards. That's what I wanted. Stop running away, you little gobbo. Nuke 'em. There we go. This is the kind of thing that I wanted to see. All those Death's Breaths. There were some braces in there. Amulet. So much stuff we can probably barely carry it. Let's head back and have a look at these. Obviously the braces are not ones we care about, but that's not the point. The point is we get loot. So Nemesis braces, they're okay, they're just not amazing. Interesting. Not going to use it. Acum's Addendum. Wow, that is an amazing one. So that is obviously going to go with all the Aken's. So Akarat's Champion. Yeah, that's all about Akarat's Champion. So I think that would be the weapon to use. If we were going for the Aken set, that's definitely the weapon to use. I think the rest of these all just get salvaged up. Let's just have a little check, and then we'll go back. Yeah, we've got... do we have pox folds? No, we don't have pox folds. The pox folds can come across. Staff can come across. Actually, we can do a little bit more in terms of gem upgrades. I won't upgrade them to the next highest flawless royal because that'll be a big gimp on our stats, but that's fine for us to do. That fixes my earlier mistake. I should have waited. I mean, for the amount of damage we're putting out, it's not a big difference, of course. So back in. Thinking those riches aren't actually getting hit. It's not the kind of situation you want to be in. We're here to get gold. And gems. And magical items, and death breaths, and a bit of everything. Basically, we're here to beat greed. And to beat greed. An important addition and distinction. Two hits. That's what I should have done the first time. Just simplify matters. A dagger and a ring. Well, maybe it's going to be Unity. Maybe it's going to be Leoric Signet. Young Jang Do. That's not bad. There are some builds that work really well with it. Yeah, Leoric Signet we're just going to salvage up. So this comes across, and before we do our salvaging...
That's too expensive.
No braces. No braces. Alright. You can't win them all, or in our case, you can't win many of them. So we're going to carry on working on our gems. Once we get Gogok of Swiftness up a little bit more, we'll have that extra cooldown reduction from it. That'll definitely help us out. but we really need that Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac.
Embrace your power.
A reasonable start, I'd say.
Not ready yet.
Not convinced that it's going to be a great map, but ooh, amulet. We're not going to really care about what it is, but it might be something cool for Cormac, so we'll always pay a little bit of attention. Wow, did you see those range shots? They were perfectly aimed at where we were going to be. Ooh, something over here. It's a staff. Needless to say, we don't care about staves. We are getting plenty of death's breaths, though. It's kind of funny, you know, get rid of the stone gauntlets to avoid getting slowed down, and we end up on a map with spiders all over the place, flinging webs around, so it still feels like I've got them equipped. Look at that, so many webs. Going for the big shotgun blasts, another two-handed flail. Yeah, if we could have this, but with the stone gauntlet effects, that would be absolutely perfect. So we need more uptime on Akerats. We might need to sacrifice some other stats in order to manage that, because look at that, we've only just got it. To like a third through. I suppose if we did have the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, and we had Pain Enhancer, and we were doing sufficiently large amounts of hits. No, it teleported in and died. Then we'd be getting plenty of cooldown. Ow. Right, let me grab all of this stuff. That's another shield of the charge. Shield of the Steed? Shield of the Steed. Six minutes to save the world. Amazing. That was pretty fast. Points go into armor. Points go into attack speed. So that shield, let's have a look. Strength is better. Critical hit chance is better. Cooldown of all skills by 7% is better than the resource cost reduction. So if we re-roll that Wrath into Vitality, then this is just a direct upgrade. And that amulet was a direct upgrade for our wonderful Cormac as well. I love it. Horn of Axo, you're coming across. Fate of the Fell, you are okay, but you're going to get salvaged because we don't need another. When I say we don't need another, we already have another, which is... this does have a chance to stun on hit, so actually let's swap those over. Miriam, over here. Wrath spent. Come on, make it better. 668 vitality is okay, but it can go all the way up to 750. So I'd like a little bit more, please. Actually, this is going to be an interesting one because we do want it to be probably the vitality number. This can go up to 18% life, so that's a minus 2%. Yeah, so and now it's minus 1.3. So maybe 18% life would be better. I'll take anything over 730 or 18% life. This is just eating all of our resources. It's a big fat no. And now we don't have the resources. Okay. We'll just have to take it as it is. It's still an improvement. Reducing the cooldown. So, can we get that cooldown even lower? I don't think any of these will reduce the cooldown of Akrat's champion directly. No. It's worth checking them. Okay, so Akrat's champion itself. I mean, the rally is kind of amusing, but no, we're going to keep it on profit. So there's nothing we can do with regards to that. I wanted to make this shield look well, let's make it look like the Ivory Tower. Seeing as we've got that in the cube, it seems like a good upgrade. Doing our best impression of Imperius in white armor. I'll keep this as a spare, of course, because we can reforge that. And the rest of this will all get salvaged up before we do that. Kadala, braces.
Shall we? Let's do that.
Someday,
No,
perhaps.
okay, we'll try upgrades instead. And maybe I should do ring upgrades. We can't. Because we don't have the materials. Very careful salvaging. Have we got enough? We've got just enough to do one. Okay, we'll do a ring rather than rather than braces. No, because we need 50. Alright, we won't do any of them. Ha! That's me, obviously, not reading. We will eventually find them. It's not a problem. It's just going to take a little bit more grinding. And on the subject of grinding, let's go and spend some of our money. I mean, we're pretty much permanently going to be at those stacks for Gogok of Swiftness, so it's a valid plan. If we can get something else helping us out, like the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Oh, our Wrath is out. That's what happens if things die before I have a chance to actually hit them. We end up running out of resources. Okay, well, we're making good time. Poor Cormac, he's doing his best. Shield pylon, don't care about whatever it is that it just summoned, because we are invincible. So let's try and take full advantage of it. We are definitely stonking through all of these while the shield's on. Give me all of those orbs, 98%. We might just be able to make it, yeah, to the Rift Guardian. Absolutely mullered him. We've got a ring and braces out of that. So let's put the points in Gogok of Swiftness. Solid. So we're getting 1% cooldown reduction per stack. That's going to stack on top of our, where is it? 39%. So that'll take us to 54%. Which is pretty good. It's pretty good. This lasts for 20 seconds, so we need to, in total, get the cooldown. Jeez. Yeah. It's gonna be tough. Not to worry, not to worry. We've still got places that we could have cooldown reduction. We could re-roll the Heaven's Fury damage on our shoulders, for instance, and try and get cooldown reduction up there. Let's put our points in just very quickly. along here. And head back and ID our stuff. Ah, weird ward. Well, if we wanted to stun everything, that would be quite a cool one. We're not really looking to do that though. So let's instead put it over here, ready to go in the cube. Boroski's chip, which we don't care about. That's all about thorns. Again, could be useful situationally if we wanted to go down the thorns route, but we really don't. Kadala.
Such a brave soul.
Kadala, you have nothing. Let's try that again. There we go, much better.
That will look nice on you.
We've already seen that. Give me the ones of Fury. Give me the Braces of Fury. It's the Braces of Fury I want. They're the only ones I care about. Well, it's unfortunately a little bit disappointing. But we have managed to at least get the Gogok of Swiftness in place. So let's have a look and see if we can get some cooldown reduction onto our shoulders. %, it's a good start. It can go higher. It can go up to 8, but 7 is perfectly fine. We could also get it on here instead of our critical hit damage. So resource cost reduction will give us damage reduction. But I'm more interested in cooldown reduction. So that takes us to 47%. It's getting closer. It is getting closer. So that will take this cooldown down to 45 seconds. Pretty certain it can't fit on boots, at least not there. And it can't go on there either, so potentially on rings. That we rolled a socket into it, of course. This we've got resist all. Which could go into cooldown. Potentially. I think it's probably a bit dangerous. For something that we know we're going to be swapping out and replacing, let's not do that. Yeah, especially when we're so low on Veiled Crystals. Okay, well, I think we're going to finish there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We are gradually improving our equipment as we go, or at least trying to find mitigations for issues that we're facing with some of our equipment choices. I do hope you are enjoying this. As always, if you are, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.